But imagine us going to a different country and a different culture and a different nation and trying to give advice there. We are 9 times removed, if not 20 times more. We're really removed there. Doing this makes us realize that it's hard for us to give advice to people in a different living situation, and we shouldn't act like we know what we're doing. Well, the $2 challenge happens every year. It's a spring thing that we started at UMW, something like 8 years back, and it's still going on today, and now we've expanded to a bunch of other campuses, which is really cool. They got their own things going. Well, here's the thing about the $2 challenge. There's the physical part, which is you're going hungry, which is difficult in and of itself, and then there's the mental part. And the thing about the mental part is that it has a lot to do with how you interact throughout the week. What I've found is that everybody has advice for each other to make things better. The advice doesn't always fit your situation. First day, first thing I've eaten. It's relieving, but I know it's gonna be a long week. Soup, 65 cents. Soup, $1.95. So you want to buy this because it's 65 cents, and then you realize you don't have a can opener. So that makes you have to buy the more expensive soup. It's a, what do you call it, catch-22. You have to find the cheap soup with the open top. Tomorrow may come out as $0. Saving a couple bucks, or well, by that I mean a couple cents for tomorrow would probably be the smart thing to do. Okay, so this has not enough, but this is like decent amount of quantity for $1, and you know it's got at least some sort of vitamin. $1 for a jar of peanut butter. That's how much a $1 peanut butter jar costs. That's $1. That's a good deal. I remember this too. Pick up some stuff that I would buy if I wasn't cooking tonight. Mini tortillas. Dang, it's more expensive than last year. Nuts. 55 cents apple pie. If I was gonna cook for the rest of the week, I'd have this for dinner with a little bit of rice, and then the rice would last me for the rest of the week with whatever I buy later. So, even if I don't get any money tomorrow, I have rice. I think I'm gonna have to go for the instant stuff, which I don't want to do.
$1 for a 5-pack of ramen, and 85 cents for 14.5 ounces of green beans.
Nice.
Perfect.
I have to borrow a can opener, but...
Yeah.
$1.69.
What would you buy? I was thinking the other day though, the Hot Pockets or whatever it is, the cherry pie and the apple
How was
pie,
it?
way too sweet, gave me a stomachache. There are a couple people teaming up though, but a lot of people have been getting like rice and beans and cans and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just cold water. I mean, we're just coming out of spring, so it ain't gonna be warm yet. Even if it was, I'm okay with cold water. Can't complain. Every house has a hose. The point of boiling it isn't actually to really clean it up too much. The point of boiling it is that, you know, in actual impoverished communities have their own water, not that sanitary. You know, it either has runoff from cattle farm or something like that. They usually have to boil it themselves, and we're trying to do that as a simulation. The rest of the day is going to be going back to the shelter, maybe get some more homework done. And I don't know, sitting out front and moving as little as possible. Well, this year it was pretty tough because it was raining outside for the last 4 days or so, and it got pretty cold at night. But the shelter held up pretty well. About half of it stayed up, the rest kind of sunk down with the rain. We had a core group of people, about 10 or 15, that slept out in the shelter every night, which was really cool to see. You know, it was always nice to have somebody to talk to right before you passed out. As the days went by, you know, not eating got more difficult. I was fasting, so the less and less you eat actually within the week, the more and more difficult it got, and the more and more doubts you had about what you were doing and whether or not it was actually an investigation into poverty or whether or not you were just a kid playing poverty. So if I had to come up with a conclusion for the challenge, I would say that you go into it thinking that you really know something about poverty and you're really going to find out a lot about poverty. But when you come out the other side, you realize that there's a whole world of things that you don't know and you don't understand. And it's a really difficult thing to go through, and it's a very raw thing to go through. And I think everybody should at least give it a try.